in the overall stats in the league. The Cheshire have got 3 to 4 players ahead of the Rocks in all these categories, whether it's assists, whether it's 3-point shots. So it's going to be a tough game for the Rocks.
For sure, yeah.
The Phoenix on the turnover early on.
It's interesting to go to that clear out, John. They're on the isolation, getting Geddes involved.
Yep.
Probably just to see how the Rocks will defend the big guy.
Yep. Murray looking inside early to Fraser. Nice cut to the basket there from Carpenter for 2.
Yeah, that's one thing Ali does. He opens his body up, he sees the flash cutters, and a nice easy 2 for the Rocks.
Yeah, Rocks into they play a lot of zonal defence. They switch on a basket to a lot of zones. Went to 1-3-1, but Cheshire making the 3 from the top.
Such a big part of the game these days, John, the 3-point shot, and you don't want Cheshire to get hot too early against any of your set-up defences. So it'll be interesting to see what they do next time down.
Yeah, they have a couple of guys that are shooting very high percentages actually from the 3-point line.
Turnover there by Ali Fraser.
Yeah.
That's too easy, John. We turn the ball over under their own. The Rocks turn the ball over under their own basket. And all of a sudden Cheshire get almost a 3-on-1.
Yeah, Hayes with a slam dunk there.
Yeah.
Murray on the wing. And then nice to Fraser. And Fraser just gets his own rebound on the missed dunk. So 5-4 the scoreline.
Went strong to the bucket, looking for the foul as he always will do, but kept his concentration and tipped in the rebound.
Yeah. Rocks again in zonal defence as Ali trying to match up against American Geddes.
Yeah, he'll back you down. I mean, he can go either way, but he prefers from memory dipping his left shoulder and finishing with that wee right-handed hook shot.
It's unsportsmanlike given.
Yep, looks like it.
Yeah. On Kieran.
It's that kind of rule, John, as coaches, as viewers, as players. That do you like it?
Well, changed the rule this year, obviously, to give shots and possession on what is deemed to be the offensive team breaking down the court. Not necessarily we're always having the advantage, so yeah, it's maybe a good rule when it's applied in these terms, but my understanding is the defensive player can't make any challenge unless it's from the front.
And defenders are always going to reach. It's a game of reactions, but I think it's a tough call for the officials as well to make consistently, and it's not easy for them for sure.
So we move to 7-4 to Cheshire. Back to man for the Rocks.
Cheshire look as if they're running a little flex offense there.
Yep. And good work on the boards there from Carpenter. Carpenter into Cara, who will always be a threat from the free throw line. He's a very good shooter in the key and from the 3-point line as well. But turnover for the Rocks.
Yeah, Gareth Murray ran a little curl cut there, but probably better to take the shot rather than try to pass it into traffic.
And as you say, Geddes backing down, and Cara not strong enough for him there.
Yeah, give him a little dink. Little dink with the left shoulder to bring his arms down, because Kieran's pretty long himself.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that was a tough make over the top of some size.
And Gareth Murray for the 3. Keeps the Rocks within a basket. Yeah, Kieran Nakara 6'10", but his wingspan 7'4", so he's a guy that can play against much bigger players. And back to the 1-3-1. Cheshire got the shot from the corner but didn't drop. Skip pass over to Murray, looking for a back-to-back threes. And the Rocks take the lead, 10-9.
Cheshire going to have to get out on Gareth, but he's got the ability to put the ball on the floor and create as well.
There's the danger with that 1-3-1, the back corners there, and the Rocks at times using a small player at the back of it as well.
Yeah, Mr. Geddes will just march down there and body to body, and that back player's going nowhere.
3 in a row, feeling it, but it's off. Rocks back in a man. And cutting through the lane. Just too easy that, Ian.
Too easy, yeah. We mentioned before, I mentioned myself about commentary about defensive consistency, and that's pretty poor. Yeah. You know, there's help defense, there's no help side dropping down. Guy couldn't believe how wide he was open when he ducked down from the free throw line.
Nice pass in there, but Ali, more ball movement. Ali's taking the rebound, nice reverse. And this is the thing, Ali Fraser continuing his great first quarters that he's been having.
Yeah, we mentioned earlier that he got nominated to Team of the Week. Was it maybe just before Christmas?
Ago, yeah.
So that's obviously a great recognition for his consistent play at both ends of the floor. Absolutely. And he certainly, probably, you've seen more games than me, John, but he's certainly been a guy that's been consistent, would be the word, yeah.
Yeah, Ali gives you been in place for, I think it's just over a year, came from Merseyside, so I would say they've got not a bad record so far. They've given most teams a real game. There've been no pushovers, certainly.
No, definitely not. A couple of good wins, as we mentioned in December.
Yep. The Rocks trying to force that inside, and then Cheshire pushing the ball up the floor, but got a hand in there. And there's going to be an open shot there for Carpenter.
Yeah, different. I mean, you kick the ball early in transition, you get a quick, easy look. The guy's down the floor and good position to rebound the miss, and it's the kind of quick bucket that the Rocks want to see more of.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem. Cheshire replying with a three there. The 1-3-1. They're just moving the ball to the two top corners, the two bottom corners, to see what they can get. And you know, whether the Rocks maintain that remains to be seen. Swinging the ball in, going to the basket. Nice dunk.
Great tough move.
Yeah.
He saw the lane, the help was a little bit late getting there, and that's a pretty tough finish. That's the way to take the ball to the hole.
And Geddes just getting some garbage there, but pulls Phoenix 4 ahead.
Again, he's just looking for a bit of penetration, Geddes, and then he sits and just below the dots, and he's picking up a lot of rubbish.
Fraser being double team, swings and back round to Murray, who drives in, gets the reverse.
Yeah, nice baseline drive, but Gareth kept his head up so that the help hadn't dropped, expecting the kick out to the corner three, and nice little spin move off the reverse.
The Rocks moving to a 2-3, but Geddes is Kareem hook shot there.
But again, he's just taking a big step across the lane, John, and I know it's a big responsibility in that case for Ali, but you've got to get in front of the guy and push him 2 or 3 foot up the lane.
Or they're needing to double team him, but I don't know whether he moves the ball well, Geddes, whether it's somebody coming double team and he's going to pass it out for the open shot. There's another free from the top. It's missed. Carpenter on the break.
And that's a transition off of a missed shot for Cheshire and pushing the ball. You know, that's what they've got to do. They've got to force Mr. Geddes to get up and down the floor.
Yeah, that's one of the Rocks' pluses was their transition, and they've brought the game back to 2 points. And what's been a high score in first quarter, Ian?
Yeah, good defence by Ali Fraser. Was strong, was big, stayed straight up. Contact was made by the offensive player, and he coughed the ball up.
Fraser in the post, looking for that reverse, and hey, you know, there's
anything Gareth can do, I can do as well.
As you know, he grew up in our club, Fury, and he's just continued, went out to States in scholarship, been abroad. So Ali, despite the fact he's only 26, he's been about.
You try to say you taught him that shot, John?
Maybe not that specific one.
No, Ali is through national team and working with him before myself, that he's certainly a guy that's worked diligently on his game, and he had that bad knee injury with the GB team, and you know, he stuck at it, he's came back, and certainly getting his rewards by playing some big minutes in BBL, and interesting guy back into the game now, John.
Yeah, you know, Pryor's into the game, and Lithuanian for the Rocks.
Yeah, our friend from Lithuania comes in and strokes the corner three. Nice penetration, and what you were touching on there, Mr. Pryor, who's been off, out injured for a number of weeks, playing at the back of that 1-3-1 zone. And again, Mr. Geddes just finding the hole, finding the gap, and getting far too easy a look. Pryor taking the ball down the floor, waving, overloading it, looking to swing the ball. 2 out of 2.
Great shot there from Kunis. And back in the 1-3-1, just putting pressure and turnover there in the skip pass.
I think like every time against the 1-3-1 that Cheshire are kind of forcing the Rocks, 2 guys to guard 1 ball or 1 guy, and it's moving the ball and getting far too easy looks, but hopefully they'll make that adjustment as the game goes on. Great move by Ali there. He took the bump, he took the contact from Mr. Geddes, worked his little step routine, finished nicely with the left hand. Cheshire straight back with the 2.
And the Rocks moving the ball well, and that's just too easy. He just walked in there. Ziegler just walked in there.
It would seem, if you look at stats and look at BBL play so far, something that, even as a tradition, it would be fair to say that Cheshire don't have a lot coming off the bench.
No, traditionally you're right. Cheshire were a 6-player team. Remember, they used to hand the towel over to the guy coming in each time. They were very much a 6-player team.
Yeah. Great strip by Pryor there, stayed with it, didn't give up after penetration, and got a turnover. Both teams seem to be back to a man.
Ali just inside, up to Ziegler. A 7-point lead for the Rocks with 30 seconds of the quarter to go.
Cheshire giving Mr. Geddes a little blow at the beginning of the second quarter, so not quite the presence on the inside.
Another rebound, pushes it out to Pryor. Maybe it wasn't the play there.
I think one more
10
pass.
seconds on the clock, I think that may have been held up, but they've got away with it. Murray's going for it and makes it. And the 4,000 odd sellout crowd here are delighted. Gorham Selly's made some great passes.
Yeah, been unselfish and really shown an all-round game, and you and I both know that Ali can step out and knock down that shot from the perimeter, and if he's required to do that and the game changes, then that's another thing that's in his pocket.
Yeah, Kunis and Fraser now matched. Murray not made that time. So Cheshire will be looking to get a couple of solid opening offences to get back into the game here, and a steal from Fraser there, but they get it back.
Great hustle by the Rocks, and bit of ping pong there with the ball, but I thought the Rocks had it at least twice, but it ended up with a layup for Cheshire Phoenix. There's that jump shot we talked about.
Just right on cue.
Right on cue, Ali. Thanks for that.
Yep. And Rocks putting good pressure on the perimeter shots though. And this is the strength we said early on. They're getting out in the break, and Cheshire very slow in defensive transition.
Yeah, they made an extra pass and got the ball in the long corner, and Carpenter stayed with it. Thought maybe he was grabbed a little bit there, but he stayed with it and finished the play all the same. Back in that zone again, and it's too easy. I mean, Cheshire are pushing the ball down to the baseline with one pass after making one quick ball rotation. That's far too easy. Ali obliging again with back-to-back jump shots.
Yeah, he's now 6 from 7 for 12 points.
Makes him kind of difficult to guard though, John. You know, back to the basket, taking the ball to the hole, finishing inside with little cute plays off the glass, and now knocking down 20-foot jump shots.
And Good pressure on the shot there from the Rocks. Cheshire certainly needing to find something.
Nice pass.
And Ziegler inside.
Yeah, nice easy pass.
And the thing is, here they've used their timeouts. They might have to face 7 more minutes of this.
Yep. 14-point spread now.
Yeah. So the Rocks not going away from that 1-3-1. Why should they?
Pryor gets his hand on that. Again, you know, Pryor coming back in the game. I know that your son, young Johnny Bunyan's been not so well over the festive period, but Pryor coming back in gives him an extra physicality and you know, some extra scoring as well. And he looks as if he's in reasonable shape and he's moving well and he's working hard. So it's a plus for Coach Wood and for the Rocks.
Absolutely. Pryor out with a problem injury, but hopefully he's back 100%. Johnny been out with tonsillitis, but see if he comes in. But certainly the Rocks are doing really well at this point in time. And a block there from Kieran.
Penetration. Kieran came over early, left his man and swatted it off the baseline. It'll mean nothing though if the Rocks don't get a stop here, and
yes,
they're back in their match-up man.
That's a tough
shot.
Yeah, air ball there. And the Rocks out running. There's a careless pass inside there. Geddes there with 2, much needed 2 for them. Pryor pushing the ball up the floor, takes a nice jump shot just inside the 3-point line.
Yeah, he's played a few minutes, and he's got his legs under him. It looked as if it was a nice rise for his jump shot and made that, which he'd been doing the early part of the season. But again, there's that little slash just down the paint. That's too easy.
Just getting into the middle of that 1-3-1 a bit easily. And another careless offense there.
Yeah, pretty sloppy play by both teams. Just over 6 minutes to go in this second quarter. Rocks getting Ali Fraser back in the game here.
Yeah, Bo Ziegler, who's an athletic American, certainly can jump. He's not had too many minutes during the season, but you know, Ali has been playing really well, and the Rocks continuing, of course, with Kieran's experience as well in the big position. Doesn't get the roll. Carey with a rebound. Ndai brings the ball up. Pryor penetrates, gets the foul.
Yeah, a little bit of hesitation. He looked to see what the help was doing and then took an extra hard dribble and drew the contact. So mixing it up, good play by the guard. When I said he had his legs under him, maybe that was a comment too early.
This is the second one. Off the hook there from the charity stripe. Cheshire back in offense. Rocks in a man. Looks to go straight to the hoop. Good pressure by Kieran there. And Ndai with the foul.
Yeah, Kieran came over and sacrificed himself and made the guy miss, but again, you know, that early penetration, any kind of defense at all, zone or a man, you're dragging the guy in the help position and you're creating problems. They've got to do a better job, man-on-ball defense and rotation, and the rebounding will automatically, if they do that, will become a bit better. Both teams missing free throws. Rocks up by 12. And comes a little pressure from Cheshire.
Pryor more than a match for it. Gets the ball down. Kunis into Fraser. Kunis makes his third free of the game.
Kunis likes that corner three. Just a little bit too cute with that interior pass. Almost a turnover, but certainly made up for it by that corner three. Cheshire sloppy with the ball.
From Cheshire.
Here comes Mr. Bunyan. Not you, John.
Yep, not me though.
Pryor came in and gave him a good few minutes there. Cheshire look as if they're trying to change the tempo a little bit here by putting a little bit of pressure up the floor.
And then goes to the hoop. Oh, and Kieran he's hurt himself there.
Took a sore one there.
Yeah, he's wincing a bit. I think they maybe with a car out, we might see the ball going more to Geddes inside.
Yeah, more than likely. He's been quiet. Okay, he sat out the first couple of minutes of this quarter, but he'll be a factor in the game for sure. Here comes again a little bit of ball pressure to interrupt the momentum and put a bit of pressure on the Rocks.
Gareth posting up, spin move, and spins out unfortunately.
In and out. Back to a match-up for the Rocks here.
Yeah. Looking inside there for Geddes, working the ball round, but Ali did a good job keeping him out the paint. Looked like an extra step there, but yeah, and everybody shouting travel, but he gets to the line.
He just had that little delay before he took his second step, but Johnny Bunyan, again, took a wee bit of the contact. He's not frightened of that physicality and just managed to get the shots away, and unfortunately for him, he's given up 2 free throws. Yep. Both teams not great from the line, not been in the line an awful lot, but these things are important that you take care of business when you're standing in the charity stripe.
And we're poor percentage from the line continuing.
You just wonder about the belief thing that Coach Wood was talking about, that if they'd stomped on it a wee bit and took the 16 out to maybe an 18, 20, 22 point lead, then maybe they would have been in a position to win the game, but it's anybody's game now.
Mendai looking to drive in, finds back to Johnny at the top. He runs out.
Again, one early kick, John. Quick penetration, getting to the bucket with no pressure at all. Zone or man, that's distinctly average defence.
Ali goes inside to Rincuna. It's a tough angle he had there.
His feet almost wasn't set there, but 3.5 minutes to go. Rocks up by 17.
Yeah, good pressure by Fraser and a quick double team.
Again, the penetration, on the second dribble, if the help's not there, he's too late. The help was too late, and he's given up now another opportunity for an and one. Bucket's good, one to come. Again, you talk about belief. You've got to believe that if you come and play help, that you're going to get help on the backside. Just the Rocks are, and Cheshire as well to an extent, but the Rocks are just a half step too late getting there, and instead of getting a charge or a guy having to take a tougher shot, they're looking at a guy shooting 2 free throws, or 1, sorry, after the made bucket was counted.
So back a 6-point game. And just shows you a great move there from Ali against much bigger Geddes.
Yeah, I've seen him, use that little flip shot underneath underneath the wingspan, and nice soft touch off the glass.
And down. Fraser going to go again, but Carpenter in and out. Well, Rocks' offense is drying up. They were at the 50-point mark 2-3 minutes ago.
Yeah, I think I looked at the scoreboard without my glasses a few minutes ago, saying they were up by 17.
Yes.
But yeah, tight game, and 2:24 to go. It's you just can't help but feel this is a really critical part of the game right here. Who finishes the half the strongest?
Yeah. Nice drive to the basket there from Carpenter.
Yeah, great balance. Looked at where the help was and floated a little bit to his left. Nice left-handed finish.
Back in their 1-3-1. And again, that penetration from just inside the three-point line. They're not doing a good job of defending it.
The weak side guy on the side nearest does across from the benches has got to drop quicker than that. I mean, there was no contact, no effort, nothing at all. It's far too easy for a guy at 6'10".
And there's a steal. And it's a 4-point game. Just what we were saying about the Rocks having this ability to build up good leads and be pulled back. Seven seconds, ball's with Murray. Looking to post up inside and he's fouled.
Offensive foul. Pretty sure that's an offensive foul. Gareth hooked the guy.
Yeah, you're right, Ian.
And just happened to be looking straight at the official there and caught Gareth. I'd suggest that Gareth's not too happy with that, but from here I think it was the right call.
Just over a minute left. Look inside there. Just a little curl move there, too easy, that 2 points, and it's a 2-point game.
Yeah, pretty easy. Guy throwing the inbounds, just runs that little curl screen off of Geddes. I'd suggest it wasn't exactly a legal screen, but he's a big body to get round and a wide open jump shot.
Ali in the post again against Geddes. He's electing the jump shot, makes it.
3 from 3 when he's done that. Yep. So again, Mr. Geddes has got a problem in the matchup because Ali's showing him everything that he's got. Again, Mr. Geddes on the baseline, just waiting to see where the ball goes.
16 points for Ali now. And good D from Carpenter there. Penetration again, that same spot. They're coming in off the wings and 5 seconds, 2-point game.
There's never really been a
running Rinkinis and bounding off the sideline, looks for Fraser, back to Rinkinis, and still 3 seconds.
Still plenty of time in the clock. I mean, you can fake, take a couple of dribbles, you've still got.
Gareth's got a good look. Just falls a bit short, so 56-54 to the right.
A W.
Yeah, well, it's good to see Kieran McCarra back on the court. That tumble he had early on, he appears to have recovered from. So the Rocks perhaps felt a bit with his absence inside, so we're back in man defense with Cheshire on the offense.
Kieran also gives Ali a little bit of a blow, and he gives Geddes a different little bit of a look because he was matched up there, so it's something else for the Rocks to hopefully gain an advantage from.
And Fraser going at Geddes, but he kicks it out. Carpenter with 8 left on the clock. Swings it, and Endile wide open. He misses the 3.
Good hustle by Gareth Murray though, kept it alive, chased down the loose ball, and little foul call here I think, just in that situation. Gareth just wanted that ball a little bit more than his opponent did.
Yep.
And Cheshire looking as if they're in the match-up here, just playing straight up man.
would say that's I was given a slight bailout there. Looked like a 5-second call was looming, but it's a jump ball.
Yeah, I think that Kenny Carpenter was wondering who put the lights out there, and I think you and I know who it was. But at least they've stayed possession arrow with the Rocks.
2 seconds. Ali makes the shot from the corner, but way off.
Again, Rocks again sticking to that match-up man.
Goes up strong. Yeah, that's the ball fake, Ali. Carpenter makes a nice floater off the wing.
Yeah, nice little runner, nice touch by Kenny Carpenter. Good ball movement by the Rocks, so created the opportunity and the spacing was good, and nice finish by Carpenter. Yep, lead with the left shoulder, finish with a little right hand jab hook. Looking to kick the ball through Achara. Little cross screen, down screen, double action, looking for Murray. Sloppy pass by Gareth, but good hands by Cheshire.
He gets the steal there.
Turnover to turnover.
Carpenter makes the basket.
Again, took that big stride, was looking for the contact, and maybe Cheshire lucky to get away with one there, but again, good concentration by Carpenter to finish with his left hand. He's done it a few times today. Again, that's a result against the zone. If Cheshire miss, don't allow them to get an offensive rebound. Second chance points. Cheshire, I think, are pretty much up there in the BBL stat line. Yes. So again, it's, you know, if the guy's going to take a shot, don't give him a second or third chance opportunity. Easier said than done when you get some big bodies in there.
A fairly slow start from both teams in the third quarter here.
Yeah, it looks fairly sluggish. The Rocks look as if they score, they're on a man. Sorry, that's in reverse actually, I think.
I think so, yeah. And just locked in, but doesn't make it.
Yeah, Alan Jordan going to the bucket there, couldn't believe how much room he had. You know, again, it's a tight game, so I say this all the time, but
these free throws are going to come back to haunt both teams, actually.
Yeah.
He makes one.
And Cheshire coming with a little bit of ball pressure, maybe thinking that, you know, Kenny Carpenter's not a true point guard, so, you know, if you make him work hard here, maybe he's less effective with once he gives the ball up. Going to have to work hard to get some points today, as he's been doing.
Inside the circle, though.
Yeah, his heels were inside, yeah.
I thought he was getting a charge, but inside the circle, and Ali's wanting a technical for the flop there.
Again, Rocks look as if they're in that zone, and the Cheshire Phoenix drive it one way, kick it back, and there's two Rocks guys going to the ball. You know, they've got to talk on defence and take the responsibility and pass one guy over. Then there's not a mismatch. Yeah. Still far too open and flimsy for me.
Moved the ball nicely there out to the wing into the post, now over to Nendai. He stripped to the ball and Cheshire on the break. And the Rocks return the favour. Carpenter with 3, makes it.
Come the Rocks extending this 1-3-1 a little bit higher up the floor.
Oh, and that's a careless pass there.
It really is a careless pass. A couple of changes coming in here for the Rocks, and change also for Cheshire.
Yeah, Pryor and Rinkunis in, with the Cara going out.
Rinkunis obviously came in the first half with a hot hand and made a couple of threes, as was a big part in stretching the game out.
Carpenter, shot on his little jump shot in the baseline. Cheshire on the break. Harris picks up the missed 3, out to Rinkunis. Fraser sets up, goes away from the screen for the open shot.
Again, you know, the Rocks come down, they settle for that ball screen, they settle for the 3-point shot. You know, I reckon I could have got to the bucket that last time, there was that much daylight. Can't settle for just outside jump shots, especially if they're not dropping.
That's a strong move there from Ziegler.
He's an athletic big guy, should do that more often. Yeah.
67-63. Rocks look as though they're in 2-3 zone now.
Yep.
Oh.
Again, in that last play, they make one cross-court pass. There's 2 guys going to the ball.
Yeah, 2 did go
takes
to
the defender off the block, and they give up an offensive rebound. Again, no communication, it looks like from here. 2 guys guarding 1 ball, 1 player, and any defense doesn't work.
They suffered in that they were out of position in the rebounds there, which is always tricky when you're in a zone. So Pryor in for Carpenter. End line play for the Rocks. Setting up a stack play here.
Run this curl action and comes off the double screen again, looking for Gareth. Murray here, looking back against the grain.
Oh, that's the problem with watching the player and not the player on the ball there, and he didn't capitalise.
That was a good look, but Ziegler was more intent on complaining about the contact rather than concentrating and finishing the play.
He made an easy basket there.
Again, offensive rebound, you know, second chance points. Still a 2-point game, John. We're down to the final 3 minutes of the third quarter, and
yeah, it's almost been a cagey third quarter. Nobody seems to have been prepared to really be overly aggressive. I know we've had a few transition baskets. A good basket 3 from Murray there.
Yeah, and gets his feet set, and you know, in that situation, Gareth makes more of them than he misses. Here comes this extended little zone. Cheshire were sloppy with that pass the last time round, but it got to us in a second time round.
Second time, they're just pushing a 2-1-2 zone out, and they should be looking to get the ball inside there rather than some iffy wing passes.
Now that's either the greatest defense in the world or the sloppiest offense.
Yeah.
2 careless turnovers by the Phoenix, so the coach is up sideline, not happy.
Pryor makes the 3 there, so back-to-back threes for the Rocks. They're back in 3-point range again, pushed it out to 8. Oh good, it's inside, but
again, far too wide open, John. I mean, how many times are they going to do that? He takes one step to the bucket. It's an 18-foot pass right down the throat of the defense, this time for a dunk. I don't know what defense that is, but it ain't working.
Ali with a hook shot, not a great chance, and a break here. And that was a key basket there, they missed because the Rocks could reply here. And Pryor
Pryor did the hard stuff there, got great penetration and got, I think, caught in two minds between shooting the ball and the pass.
Yeah, and I think Ziegler was a bit taken aback with the pass.
The Carpenter coming back in here for Murray. Garris just hit that three, so...
Yeah, and then Nendai coming back in, Ian. Bruno Nendai in.
Okay.
Yep, and they're in that 1-3-1 again.
Yeah, rotation, looking back in the man,
yeah. Back in man. And turns the corner, but he's blocked.
Yep. And you got to recognise as well that you know, Bose and Ziegler's guarding the guy in the block. He's a left-hander, so don't give him his left hand.
Yeah. I think the Cheshire coach telling Geddes to get back inside there. He was last man in defence.
Yep, got to recognise and be smart. Had the shot there. Did the
second violation.
Yep.
And the coaches, nobody's used a timeout yet, I don't think, Ian.
Nope.
Saving them for what potentially could be a tight final period. Pryor bringing the ball down. A lot of dribbling on the perimeter without too much ball movement there, but into alley eventually. Misses the reverse. Ziegler misses the putback, and Geddes on the break. That seemed a strange thing to do, to bounce the ball, but he got away with it.
Yeah, I think Mr. Geddes had decided that he was going in transition before they had the ball, but got away with it there.
Yeah. And misses that one again.
A good tough challenge by Ali Fraser there, went up straight. Forced to miss from Mr. Geddes. Again, John, I just feel that sometimes the tempo, if it was just maybe somebody just changed gear and took it up a little notch, maybe even, you know, especially Glasgow being at home to get the crowd in this, that they would get a bit of momentum. It just seems to be too one-paced at the moment for me.
I think that's what the third quarter has been, definitely been one-paced. And as you say, if somebody can turn up the tempo for more than just one or two baskets, they might see some daylight between the two teams.
Yeah. But again, it's that sloppy interior play, you know, that little shovel pass, there's too much traffic. The Rocks are in an opportunity there to go 2 for 1, and now they may not get the ball back here, or if they do, not enough time to do something with it.
If Cheshire should, unless there's some open basket, they should be running the clock down so that the Rocks aren't replying. 24 on the clock, down to 15. Just to move the ball round about.
Looked like a little handoff there, but
takes a fairly early shot. There's about 5 seconds left.
Yep.
And it wasn't an easy shot in the corner either.
Yeah, in that situation you probably think that you could probably get a better shot, maybe force SU inside, go to the line, but you know, they're given opportunity. It's only 3.5, but you know, still catch 2 dribbles at least here, and if the Rocks can run something to hopefully get a decent look.
And Pryor's going to the hoop and makes it.
Yeah, a little floater with the left hand. That's one tough shot, but give him his credit. He put his head down. You know, this is game time here. Final quarter, 10 to go.
Yep. Geddes tends to play quite a bit in the perimeter, actually.
Yeah, he's been doing it quite a wee bit, and he, you know, he's been knowing what, you know, he was known to make and, you know, take and make a few 3-pointers last year. I mean, guy coming in December, he wasn't in the roster at the beginning of the season, but it was an 18-point, 15 rebound a game guy last year, and you know, made the Moulton Team of the Year, I believe, from last season. So it's a good addition for Cheshire in December, and. But again, you know, he's in the perimeter.
Yeah, I mean, he's setting some really big screens so as well, and they're having to make decisions about switching or double teaming. But he's inside, but he had that stolen off him from Kieran. Only 2 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, they dropped down and double team him, so 2 seconds to go. rotation change here from Cheshire. Again here defensively, they look as if they're matching up, so you don't want a cheap foul here. You want to make them take a tough shot. But again, second chance points, offensive rebounding. Cheshire are good at it. Rocks defensively off the boards aren't. It's going to be key in the next few minutes. They've got to take care of business off the defensive glass. Yep, shot clock violation. Good D by the Rocks. Ball back. 8:59 to go. Up by 6. Ben Cheshire with a little bit of ball pressure. Maybe thinking that Mr. Pryor's a little bit short of match fitness and sharpness.
Kieran wide open on that double. Mundai. That's the easy 2 points off the rebound.
Good open look by Kieran, and you know him well enough that he'll take the next one, he'll make the next one, but good follow off the boards from the man from Scandinavia. Stick back again. Where was the defensive rebounding? Rocks won't mind, but again, it's an Achilles heel for both teams today.
Well, that was a couple of errors there. He got that pass off a steal almost, but
that penetration, high-low pass again. And the one thing as well about CJ Geddes is that he's certainly got a decent pair of hands on him. With some of these passes that come at him and all angles at pace, and doesn't drop many of them. But again, free throws, tight game. Cheshire coming with a little bit of pressure here. Greg Pryor looking to run that little high ball screen. Again, Chara wide open, but a really sloppy pass from the Rocks. Quick three in transition, yep.
Brings the game back to 4.
Well, UCLA Cup, that's easy. Pryor was looking for that one.
Almost a double foul on him there. 2 of the Cheshire guys in the air.
Again, just a little wing entry, back screen, UCLA cut. Again, I think the help side defenders were in the gents. Mr. Pryor on the line, and I would fair to say his first 2 attempts in the first half were pretty weak.
Another one.
Not much closer with that one.
Pryor now 0 from 4 from the line.
Great hustle by Bo Ziegler. Great hustle. Kept with it. Possession can be all important.
Venkinas with a great 3.
Again, settling for that 3, but at the end of the day, if he makes it, then that's fine. Again, one kick, dribble penetration, pull up. That's the last 2 offences. Less than 4 seconds, far too easy.
Yeah, too easy in transition for Phoenix there.
Pick up, match up, play some defence.
That's a tough shot from Pryor. He's blocked, and a lot of hustle there. And an easy basket in transition for Phoenix. It's back to a 2-point game. Pryor's maybe just not looked match sharp.
I think though in that last situation though, it's a 50-50 ball. Go grab the ball. Don't give up 2 points.
Here's another over dribbling again by the Rocks. Oh, bailed out there. And Pryor fouled on the 3.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. John bailed out, but you know, Pryor's accepting a little bit of responsibility, but you know, he's not match fit, and that's a tough shot. But he got bailed out by foul on the arm, giving him, I believe, 3 shots. He's 0 from 4 today from memory. No better time to make them, and that's down the stretch in the fourth quarter. 2 more to come.
It's more like it.
Clearly using the ones before to get his eye in. Kiss of death there. Kenny Carpenter coming back here to give Greg Pryor a blow. Good few minutes though for Greg Pryor, especially for somebody that's been out of action for so long. But
yeah, this is his first game back, and could be about 3-4 weeks since he's played. 6.5 to go. Key part of the game. Phoenix swing the ball around the perimeter. Good D from the rock.
Yeah, great help, great recovery.
Carpenter straight into action, but he stripped on the drive.
A little bit out of control at the end, but he was determined to get it to the hole, and Rock's possession. Again, maybe you'll see Greg Pryor back in the game down the stretch, especially your son Johnny Bunyan's not feeling great and been ill, so he's at least been there to give Kenny Carpenter a blow today, which has been important for the Rocks.
Yeah, I mean, Gareth's obviously still sitting there. He's going to come back in, I would think.
Foul called here, is it?
Foul goes against
Yep.
Number 34. Rocks ball from the side.
Fraser comes over from the screen, dives middle. And Keenest penetrates. Oh, and a vicious dunk there from Ziegler.
Great penetration from Rinkinas, and nice recognition, nice dump, and that's an athletic finish.
So the game out to 6, 5:45. Then Dye goes to the hoop. And good stand from Phoenix.
Yeah, defender was there and made him lose concentration, and Cheshire get the ball back.
Nice three from the perimeter, and it's back to a 3-point game.
Yeah, defender was there, but tough shot.
And Ziegler stripped, and he needs to get back in D.
Yep.
Instead of complaining there.
Yep.
Geddes in the post area here. And a wide open shot at the top.
They double team the block.
Giving a 2 or a 3, it's a tied game.
It's wide open, and somebody's missed the rotation, and somebody's not talking, and again defensive lapses, giving a momentum back to Cheshire.
Keenest at the top, he's well out, and he's not to drop. Another rebound for Geddes. Phoenix with a chance to go ahead. Nice move to the basket, and no foul called.
Yeah, maybe got away with one there. Cheshire certainly not too pleased about that, both the player and the coach.
Yeah.
Couple of rotations coming in, but again, you know, the Rocks in terms of not getting something offensively, the body language and defense the last time round, hands down by their side, no energy.
A bit pressure on Carpenter here.
Yep. Again, I think it gets down, John, 4 minutes to go almost. Which team really wants to win this game today?
With the ball in the post. And it's too much, but good reading from Keenest.
Again, not great because Mr. Geddes is out there, so the house is on the bench. Offensive rebound by the Rocks, and valuable 2 points.
And Cheshire have been quite patient against the Rock zone there.
Tough shot, kept his concentration though high off the glass for a finish. Tied up, 85 apiece. 3.5 to go.
Swing when Kunis looks as though he's found a Cara who a foul from Fraser. It's just accidental contact, but that'll be Ali's second. A couple of subs also from Cheshire coming in. And Cheshire, like the Rocks, have rotated their bench fairly well.
Rocks back in a matchup, man.
Spin move inside, that's a tough shot, but gets his own rebound. It's his second chance points that they've been very... Ooh, that's another quick foul picked up from Ali. Puts him on 3 now.
Again, the Rocks collapsed there and forced the miss, but Cardinal Sin, the guy that takes the shot, out hustles 2 guys, gets his own rebound, and the next bit of penetration, the Rocks were too late on their help. They've fallen asleep with the second part of the play, and foul called, 2 free throws. Tied game.
Now in real crunch time, and I think this might be the first time that Cheshire could go ahead in the game, Ian.
Yeah, I think so.
Trying to think back to the start, but
again, free throws, not great. Phoenix going smaller here, so they come in with some pressure here up the floor.
Yeah.
Again, just trying to extend it and put the Rocks under pressure a little bit, because when the shot block gets deep, Rocks haven't executed well, and
not getting the ball over the half. 16 seconds. Almost
foul,
identical to what happened in the Sheffield game. Oh, sorry, it's a foul that's been called.
Yeah, foul called in the reach in. And
Fraser to Rinkunis. Nice, Ali could look for that, but hands over to Carpenter, who penetrates short on the...
good offense, great decision, just a pity about the finish. But they've got to get back here. Got away with one. 2:10 to go. Rocks down by 1.
Now we'll go back to what we said at the start. All the stats and everything said it was going to be tight. It's certainly looking, unless anybody can get 2 or 3 baskets and get out in a run here. Gareth having to step through and doesn't make the pass.
Uncharacteristic turnover. You would have bet on Gareth recognising and making that pass, but again, it's, you know, that Coach Darrell Wood talked about it. It was quoted in the press about belief. You know, I don't think the Rocks look as if they believe offensively that what they're doing. They're looking for somebody to be a hero here. Just be a team.
Kieran working hard in defence, penetrates the middle and doesn't make the shot. So 1.5. Spread the floor with Rinkunis in one corner.
Going for a double down here for Gareth.
Up.
Yeah.
3 seconds. He's going to have to get this up.
Offensive foul.
That's back-to-back. Unfortunate plays for the Rocks. They've not got a shot off. So 1-12 in possession to Cheshire. And both coaches being very cagey with timeouts this half, Ian. I think we've had 1 timeout. And just as we speak it, no, it's not a timeout, it's a sub that comes in, and Geddes is back in. To add a bit size in offense here. Straight to the post. And comes back up. And Akara guarding Geddes closely. One bounce, up strong. Doesn't make the hook shot.
Yeah, good defense back here on Achara, and good hustle. And Ali got a ball on the offensive rebound and kept it alive.
In the final minute, Fraser in the post. Skips out, and Keenis is going to take it. Doesn't drop. That's Cheshire's ball.
Again, John, I don't think that's a great shot. Ball movement, keep the ball off the floor. Move the bigs from Cheshire. When they've done that, they've got to the bucket. Settling for a three-point shot. Now they've really put themselves under pressure here.
They're going to look for a good option. They've still got 11 seconds on the clock. That was maybe not the option that they should have taken. That was a pretty rush shot and under pressure, giving the Hawks a chance to take the game here. 10 seconds left. It's Murray in the corner, but he's blocked. And I'm not sure what. And the 4,000 crowd giving Jordan, Alan Jordan at the line. He's made the first. 2-point lead.
All eyes on Alan Jordan.
He's missed it, so they got to move. Gareth pulled up. Oh, he's wide open. Overtime.
That counts.
Overtime. That must count. Yes.
Yep. I'll tell you what, it was a run the floor. He can rebound. Maybe he's going to come in here and be a foil and maybe get an easy score and do enough to get the Rocks over the line. High ball screen from Geddes. Again, penetration.
We've not seen too many people make both their free throws here.
No, I think it'd be fair to say. It's a first time for everything, and these are been saying now for probably the last 45 minutes that free throws are going to be important.
That looked pretty smooth, the first one.
Yep, confident, routine, drilled it.
Yep.
3-point game. He's got to make sure you rebound the ball here. Don't give him anything else off a miss. If indeed he does miss.
Two good free throws there. 2-point game again.
Cheshire, I think, are pretty given up on their zone defense. Have pretty much been a match-up man all the time.
Yeah.
He just absolutely steamrolled over the top of
Dindai, yeah. He kicks it out.
Kenny Carpenter for what looked like a
Kieran,
three.
an excellent rebound.
Again, doing the dirty work, Kieran. He's nothing flash. He's not put an awful lot of points on the board. But hey, 48 seconds to go. Take an offensive rebound. He's still got his team in possession, and more than that, he's got himself 2 free throws.
Yeah, he's had 3 or 4 key plays. There's no doubt in the last in overtime in the last part of the game. At the line now.
That's what you expect from him, a bit of poise. He's found his touch, nice and relaxed. His teammates are not challenging the offensive rebound. They know he's going to make this one.
Yep. A couple of bounces, but it's a 4-point game. There's at least 2 or 3 plays left in the game, so... Oh, an early three from Cheshire.
Big three, hits nothing, Rocks ball.
Yeah. And that could be crucial.
I don't think for 1 second that was what the coach was looking for. But hey, Rocks have got to take advantage of this. A poor decision by Cheshire.
The Rocks have still got 14 seconds.
Again, they've pulled Geddes out of play.
And Gareth 24 seconds on the clock, so a lot of time left. But that's it. That could be it.
Again, a wide open three, but got to foul him. Yep.
Need to foul. 12 seconds.
Foul goes against Cheshire. And with Cheshire Phoenix on 2 fouls, that means Rocks will be at the line for 2. Buddha and I at the line for 2.
It's a 2-bucket game anyway, John, as it stands, but this will be icing if he can make at least one of these.
Really? Plenty of time to get fouled in a 3 that goes in, but
yeah,
so let's make this one.
Oh. Referee's whistle goes, not ready. Not quite sure, somebody standing on the line or something, but he's been bailed out. He's getting another opportunity here.
That Manakara, but they've got it.
Yep. Unforced turnover and
outlet pass.
Kieran again doing his job, but yep. And again, sloppy play though.
That was a big chance there to do something. That
the Rocks are still got to be tough here because they've got to make hard cuts and know that whoever's going to receive the inbound is going to get fouled. You don't want to give away anything silly here and give a possession back to Cheshire. Keep it down this end, win it from the free throw, and if you have to, take the win, move on.
Foul goes against 34. Brings the Rocks to the line for 2 at 7.5 seconds on the clock.
Kieran doing what you're expecting of him.
Yeah.
Doing the basics, doing the simple things. Normally when he makes that shout, it goes in. Nice block.
And it's a 5-point win here for the Rocks.
Yep. Deserved winners, John. Rocks with the first possession. You never know, this possession right here might be important.
Yeah, I always think in overtime. You've been in plenty of games like me, and the first 2 or 3 minutes is very important in overtime. It tends to be the team that can get off to the best start will get the edge, and there's Ali Fraser with a great start.
Yeah, good patience again. I mean, they ran the ball screen, they rotated the ball at least twice. Little, step back, Ali wide open for the 2, and he's made that more often than not today. And
forced Cheshire up with a.
Geddes has got a decision to make. Do I step further out or do I give him that? But that was the first time in a long while the Rocks actually were patient and moved the ball and found the open guy.
First time we've said it. And there's a nice play inside. Kieran Feld just about got the 3-point play, or potential 3-point play, but he's going to have to make them both from the line. Kieran a very good free throw shooter. What was not the commentator's curse.
That's usually what I do.
Yes. But we've got to go with stats because he is a very good free throw shooter.
And this would be important as well because he's missed a couple of shots that he would normally make. So, knock down these 2 and you've got your touch back, you've got your confidence back. Wouldn't be surprised if he comes back in the overtime and
there we go.
Makes a jump shot or 2.
Yeah.
Again, the one thing with Cheshire, John, as well, that on that initial first ball screen, that they look as if they trap it, they're very aggressive, and I think that sometimes when you've got the likes of Geddes and you've got him 35 feet from the bucket, don't dribble into traffic, disengage and find the open guy, and then put pressure on Mr. Geddes to get back on D.
Yes. Look at 5v4. And made the 2-point shot. It's a tough shot inside.
Again, help side defence. The guy has a wee look. He knows that the big's going to find him. He makes a cut. You've got to body him up. You've got to bump or do something. You can't let him just take 2 steps down the lane and finish.
And that's a nice shot again for Ali Fraser.
Yep.
And as you say, Geddes needs to make some better decisions there. He's given them these. That's 4 of their 6 points. Oh, nice turnaround hook shot. Brings it back to a point.
Yep, Mr. Hayes coming back with his left hand and favouring that side, but again the Rocks looking to move the ball. Here comes that block to block pick, down screen.
7, Carpenter is far out on that one.
Yeah, I think he called the glass. I heard him from up here, John.
Yes.
I don't think so.
No, but they're taking it.
Yep. Rocks up by 4. Back in that zone.
Well, it's back to a 1-point game. There's a quick reply.
Gareth Murray just got a sore one in the back. But Gareth, turn your head and see where CJ Geddes is, and you won't get hit in the back.
I'm actually surprised they haven't made a switch, Cheshire, and Geddes guarding Kieran, and
yeah, you think that
more
would be
athletic big who's guarding Kieran going on Ali, you know.
Yep. And tough move to the bucket, but equally a pretty decent block.
Geddes at the top. He must be called for a charge there.
Yeah, well, great credit to Kieran Achara. I mean, he got hurt. He took one for the team and he lined that up about 20 feet away, and wasn't frightened to take the full brunt of Mr. Geddes.
He was coming because there was no way he was changing direction.
But that's been a great teammate. That's, you're getting a personal foul, you're getting a possession back, and with 2:15 to go in the game, again, that's an important play, but that's what you're expecting from Kieran in these games. Sometimes those kind of things when you're not having the greatest day offensively, be prepared to do the dirty work, and Kieran certainly did that there. I think our man in courtside needs a bigger broom.
He's getting there.
It was the 2 biggest guys landed on the floor, so
he's getting there.
Point lead to the Rocks, John. So again, still game here. Ali slipped it though.
There was no double that time. He stayed with Ali on it. A bit more movement needed here. That's good defense from Cheshire. They're working hard. Better careful you don't give up a careless foul, because it take the other team to the line.
Rocks are matched up here in the man, so up high to Geddes, looking for ball reverse, a little backdoor play. Great block by, I think it was Kieran came across to get that. Took one big step.
3v5 for the Rocks at the moment, but Gareth's wide open here. Makes the 3.